Hi, my name is Grace Love. This is Meet at the Table, and this is the Supermom Human Edition. And we will be talking about the stresses and the de-stresses and the crazy things that we go through as moms and as single parents. I think it's important to share that, and I am excited to have you along for the ride. Um, and right now, we are going to be hearing from um, no sponsors because we don't have any yet. I'm going to sponsor this myself. But I've been trying to do this podcast for a long time. So let's just get into it. I definitely will be playing a couple of my favorite songs from my last record. And I'm excited to, get more musicians out there that want to be featured. And yeah, so let's just jump right into it. This is going to be the shortest one of the series, but it's just the introduction, the pilot. I think that it is incredible that anyone who is a stay-at-home parent can get up and function, honestly. I am blessed to have um, a 27-month-old who's my biological kiddo that I was told I could never have. And Milo is just the light of my life. And within the last week and a half, I welcomed my foster daughter, Aviana, into my life. And she is perfect. And she is like, I can't even do the math still. She's less than 20 days old. And I am excited to be the person that gets to love her right now. And, and that might lead into adoption. We don't know, but that's the goal. That's been my goal. Like, yes, I want to foster, but I also want to take somebody out of the system if I can, because that being the foster parent right now and having to fight with the system it's ridiculous. And they want to require you to do all these things. And then I see all these kids that are in these situations who have been in foster care and they have been given to non-quality foster parents, and it just breaks my heart. So one of the things I want us to talk about today that really sticks out for me is like discipline. Like we talk about discipline, right? So, I mean, this will probably be several series and it'll probably jump all over the place, but I just been thinking about like when someone is correcting Milo, for example. I always want to step in front of that if I see that Milo's doing something, and he might not even be doing anything. He's probably just being a toddler, a 2-year-old toddler. But I want to step in front before anyone says something to my son, because as soon as they say or try to correct him, I want to punch them in the face. I don't know if you felt this way, but I definitely have felt this way. And it's one of those things where it's like, let me, so my kiddo is mixed, right? He's black and white. And both of those sides of the spectrum we're going to have conversations about it, probably for the rest of the time. But the one thing about it is that happened to me when I was growing up was how aggressive I was seen as a black kid. Because no matter what, my kiddo, he's going to be black. I mean, maybe people won't assume. But also maybe my son will be like, yeah, my mom is black. Like maybe he'll just like, I'm wearing that badge proud and loud. But he also, like it's hard. It's definitely hard because you have, the spectrum of passing and then you have the spectrum of just looking black, right? And so I always think about the discipline, and I always get nervous about putting my son in school and daycares, leaving him alone with people that I don't really necessarily want to, because of how they handle discipline, right? Because Milo could just be having a day, right? And it's always seen, oh, he's difficult. And it was like, no, he's 2, right? So he can't be difficult because he's 2. He doesn't necessarily have all of the language that he needs to articulate his stresses, right? And I get annoyed with him. Believe me, I do, because I spend so much time with him. And so when he starts whining at me, I go, oh no, we're not doing that, honey. Like, but if he's with, someone else for a few hours out of the day and he's whining, like, they don't get to be annoyed, in my opinion, because it's like, you're not with him. all the time. So, like, your patience should be a little bit longer than mine. So yeah, I think about that. Is there any other mothers out there that do that? Like step in front of their kids before they get reprimanded by somebody? Um, because I mean, I feel like I'm gonna give my kid a window, for the next 5 years. Well, maybe not five, next 3.5 years when he's five, so that he has that he feels safe, and that's another thing that my friend brought up recently that I thought was really engaging and also I think really important information. My friend was a special ed teacher in the Bronx, and he was this. Let's see, he was 23 or something. It was early 20s, and which is a long time ago. And but he was a teacher for special ed in the Bronx, and he pointed out something really deep for me, that I mean, you've heard and stuff like that. When a child, or actually to me, anyone acts out in front of you or at you, they're trying to push that boundary because they feel safe with you, but they're trying to see how safe they can feel with you. So, for example, if Milo screams and yells and kicks and punches me, he wants to see what my reaction is. Now, if my reaction is patience and calm, or just kind of walking away until he collects his thoughts, then he knows that he can be safe with me no matter what. Like there's not gonna be a negative connotation with him having a moment for himself, right? But if he does these things and I just swat him and I pop him and I, yell at him and I just do really mean things to him, for example, for the kids that my friend was teaching, they were used to acting out and then getting beat up, like physically harmed. And so with Francois, obviously there's that, that gate of like, obviously you can't hit anybody, but um, they just felt safe. And then when I sat there and I was with that for a while, and I was like, wow, this is beautiful. This is something that I wanted to share with people. Like, oh shoot. And I mean, I think that that's with anybody. Like I mean, I think that that accounts for a lot of things. Um, and I mean, for me, I kind of reserve myself when I'm feeling sad or when I'm beat up. And so, yeah, I just wanted to share that piece of thing, as far as like when discipline comes into play. And as a person that is going to be a part of, the state's process of fostering, obviously, they very very stern about that. Like these kids come from really, really harsh extremes. And so that's not even, something you think about. But um, how do you, how do you work on that? How do you like combat that yelling and screaming and kicking and stuff like that? How do you feel safe articulating what they need? So yeah, I mean that's kind of it of what I want to talk about. I mean that kind of came out really nicely. I like it. But hopefully in the next couple of you know, months, this podcast can grow and people can please like submit questions. And if you have questions, just submit them on my website, which is gracelove.co. And then if you want to just email me directly the questions, it's grace@gracelove.co. I really want to make this work. I have been thinking about this for so long. So fingers crossed, right? And yeah, I mean, any question, honestly. Like, we don't have to just talk about parent stuff, but that's the biggest job I have right now is being a mom. Um, and being a mom in a rural area is really hard too, because that's where my trust is always like, shaky because I don't want I don't want anybody to treat my son differently. I don't want anybody to treat my daughter, my foster daughter, any differently. And I don't like the word foster, so I'm going to come up with something else that lets you know that she's my daughter. And no matter what, even whatever happens, she's always going to be my baby girl. And so, yeah, so those are the things that I've just been thinking about. And I can't wait to motivate any of you to just help out. Like, join Olympic Angels, volunteer your time for the year, and just support some of these foster families that need it. That's like a bare minimum thing, and I think that what I'm doing is a bare minimum human kindness right now, because it's what I got, right? But when I have more, I can't wait to give more. So, with that said, this is Mama G signing off. And I can't wait to talk with you more and share with you more. I hope you all are doing so well. And till next time, so much love from Miss Love. I'm gonna play a song. Okay,
you know, when I'm going through, it could be days, weeks, months at a time. You're always showing through that I'm your friend till the end. You'd do anything. Every time I'm feeling lost, you were there to rescue me. And I love the way you love me. 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 When the lights are low in my head, I can't seem to get to sleep. No way. And I'm feeling like I'm really lost. You're there at all costs. I'm feeling like I'm high as hell. You were always there to pay my bill. And I love the way you love me. 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 La 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 la. I love the way you love me. I love the way you love me. I love the way you love me. I love the